The women's hockey team takes its 8-game winning streak on the road this weekend. The Badgers will play at Ohio State on Friday and Saturday. Friday's game starts at 6 p.m., while Saturday is a 3 p.m. start. Then on Sunday, the Badgers will hold their annual outdoor skate at 11:30 a.m. at Vilas Park. Head coach Mark Johnson is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
And I presume everybody will be there Sunday morning with your skates. Make sure you get your skates sharpened. Usually outdoor ice is a little bit harder than what we skate on indoors, so it should be a great morning. I'll bring the bagels. Somebody can bring the coffee, and we'll go out and do some skating. I thought our weekend obviously was good. I thought some of the things that happened within our game Saturday with a 1-0 lead, and some of the mistakes and some of the things that happened within that game, we talked about Saturday after it, and then some video a little bit before Sunday's game. And we're in the same position Sunday with a 1-0 lead for a large part of the game. And some of the things that we learned and talked about from Saturday, we did a much better job on Sunday. So I was certainly impressed with the learning process there. And as you get in the last part and chunk of your season, things become tighter. It becomes more challenging to score goals. And, St. Cloud's goaltender both nights played very well, had 40-plus saves in each game. But we did a lot of nice things that is certainly going to help us as we prepare for our last 6 games here.
Brian. So, Mark, this isn't as easy as it looks just by looking at the scores of your games?
No, no. Dan, my assistant coach, were talking about last night or yesterday after the first period. It's never easy, and so obviously, Sarah scores a shorthanded goal yesterday. In the second period, and I think everybody on the bench, especially the players, relaxed a little bit, and then went on the ice, feeling a little bit at ease and not about maybe the nerves that come into playing a tight game. But again, the things we learned from Saturday and carried over into Sunday really helped out. And I think everybody can attest, whether it's in hockey or in some of the other sports, you can get in the second half of your season, you start playing an opponent the second time and the third time and the fourth time. Things get more challenging, and you really have to be on your A game if you're going to get an opportunity to be successful. So learn some good things, and hopefully we continue to learn as we get going down the stretch here.
John?
Anne Renee gets a lot of the attention, rightfully so, but the whole defense seems to be playing well. You watch the opponent, get on that side of the ice and just get swallowed up. Is this as good a defense as you've had?
Well, I would think the numbers probably indicate that, but, as you mentioned, too, it's a combination of a lot of things. But, the puck stops with Anne Renee, and, certainly the last couple of weekends, she's elevated her game. And, if you watched us play Saturday, the breakdowns that we did have resulted in breakaways for the other team. And, you don't want to put your goalie in that situation. But, she was up to the task, and certainly gave us an opportunity to win, and give a lot of credit to her. But as she'll attest to too, that the people in front of her are helping her also.
Andy?
Mark, Sam Cogan's game seems to be evolving in a pretty impressive direction. What's been the key to her moving along, getting acclimated, turning into someone who seems to have a pretty good eye for being productive?
Good observation. I think, the first adjustment is with a lot of kids, especially some of our Canadian kids who come down late in the summer, a week before school starts, and try to get acclimated, and then, do all their testing and whatnot, assessment tests for their classes, and then get to know their teammates for the first time. It can be trying that first month, and I know for her, the first 3 or 4 weeks was, challenging and difficult. She has a boyfriend back home, first time away from home. And, I think a lot of athletes go through that, especially, as I mentioned, our Canadian kids that aren't able to come down here during the summer like a lot of the other freshmen are. And so it was an adjustment. And I think, getting through the first semester, doing well in school, having some success on the ice. She came back when we started after winter break and just seemed to be more relaxed and more comfortable. And then the second part of the question is, if you watch her play, she understands the game very well. And so yesterday when we made an adjustment after the second period and I put her up with Clarkey and Pankowski, she fit in very well. She set up Emily for 2 goals and just seemed to be comfortable. And I attributed that because she understands how to play the game. And so I don't know if you noticed in the third period where the puck was wrapped around their goaltender, was coming up to her on the left side, and she had the wherewithal to just let the puck go by her, knowing that her defenseman was behind her that was going to pick up the puck. So her hockey sense is high, and I think that certainly has helped her move along, and the other part of it is being more comfortable being a Badger.
Coach, you're going to Ohio State, smaller rink than the players are used to playing on. And now you can do practice, you can do some pregame skates, but how long does it take in a game to get used to playing on that small of a sheet of ice?
Well, we can practice and do some things, but it's going to take, probably the first 6 to 8 minutes, a couple shifts with each line in that setting in the game Friday night to get them to understand what we're talking about and what we've practiced. And so things are going to happen quicker. There's not really a lot of time or space. It's more like watching ping pong, where the puck goes back and forth, and there's not a lot of connected passes. It's just a different type of game. It reminds me when we used to go into Boston and play the Bruins on a very small sheet. It was just a different game, and you had to prepare yourself for that.